hey y'all. I know this is a little late today. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I don't know why it took me so long to get out here to get this done. I just didn't get out here for whatever reason. And well, I'm out here now. So I'm out here to get this done today. I don't know why I didn't get started on this earlier, but I probably because I was just in the middle of other stuff and not paying attention. But well, we got 30 minutes to sit here and chat. A little warm out here, even though the sun's gone down. It's a little weird out here though because the sky it appears to be cloudy, but it's not. It's smoke, and I'm trying to figure out where the smoke's coming from because I know all day today it seemed like the sky was as clear as a bell, and then later this afternoon it kind of smoked up a little bit, and then the sun started going down, and you could tell the sun was trying to cut through the smoke, and it couldn't. So yeah, smoky out here. It's but you don't smell it very strong, so it's a little weird. But yeah, so I just thought, well, you know what? I didn't get this done yet. I better get my butt out there and get it done. So today is Saturday, August 18th, 2018, and this would be episode number 17 of the Daily Gab. And this is Chris. So I'm here, and I am getting started with this. So, I don't know what I was going to talk about. Oh, yeah, well, last night was fun. Went to Yuba City High School to see them play Nevada Union Miners, and it was a good game. Well, Yuba City beat them handedly, 39-0. But it was a lot of fun being back at the field. Seeing the football team, the cheerleaders, the band, the crowd, the brown mob, and just the whole process. I really missed it. I did speak with some folks last night about possibly getting back involved to kind of help a little bit with the band boosters. Now, if they're still using the bylaws that I wrote when I was there, then I can't be a member of the band boosters in a voting role or in a position like president, vice president, treasurer, anything like that, because I don't have a child in the band. Now, I could be a general board member, so I have to see about that. And then talked to a little bit of the coaches last night. I haven't talked to in a while. Talked to some other folks. Helped out some of the kids there last night from the yearbook team with some photography stuff, just things they didn't know. And so it was a lot of fun. Had a long discussion with one of the cheerleading coaches about doing some work with her and possibly with the cheerleaders in the future. So it was a blast. I had a lot of fun. It wore me out. I was only out there for the first half of the game, and I didn't really sit down, so it kind of wore me out. And to be honest with you, I took the wrong lens. I took my 24-70. I should have taken a longer lens. I could have taken my 18-105, which would have given me the wides and the little bit of zoom, but I didn't, and I should have, and I could have taken even my 70-300, I guess. But yeah, so I gotta remember next week when I go to a game, whether it be at Yuba City or River Valley, I need to make sure I take a longer lens with me. What else? Oh, made a video today that was pretty cool. It was like a record store sample for a band where, the person comes over, grabs, flips through some albums, pulls one out. For those who don't know what an album is, that's vinyl. That's the old big black disc that we used to listen to, for those of you who don't know what they are. So it pulls the album, the person pulls the album out, and there's a picture of the band that I did this for as the album cover. And then they pull the album out of the album cover. And then in the center is the band's logo on the label. And then they put it on a record player, and then they put the needle on, and they start playing. And of course you hear that little when you first put a needle on. That sound is there, and then it's supposed to play music. And it had some kind of music behind it, but I replaced it with music from the band. And then tagged them in it and let them know, because I asked for their logo so I could help them out with some promotional stuff, and it came out pretty good. They liked it, which is the important part. I was hoping to talk to Middle Mountain Music Productions today a little bit too. They were supposed to call me, but they didn't. I was hoping to talk to them a little bit today about some stuff. It's so weird. I'm sitting out here and I've got these, I have these LED lights on the side of my house here. And for some reason, they keep coming on, but I don't know, it doesn't seem like there's enough motion. I don't see anything out here that would cause them to come on, but my side ones are coming on, which is weird because they're in the driveway. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at next week, I'm going to go buy a new light to put up on the front of the house that is just like the one I bought for the back of the house. I should just take it down and put it up there because we don't ever use it back there anyway. But yeah, I need to go buy another one. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to go get another one. And then I've just got to decide on where I want to mount it. But it's a like 650 or 850 lumen LED with motion sensor and solar. And when I put the one in the back, it works really, really great. Lights the back area up pretty well. And I think it'll be good for here too. So I'm going to add one of those up here. Only thing is they're about 80 bucks. They're kind of pricey. Now the lights that I have up here right now, they're 4 fairly small little solar lights, and they have like 24 little LEDs in it. And they get pretty daggone bright, and they've got, you know, motion sensors and all that stuff on them. And I think I picked up 4 of them for like 40 bucks on Amazon. And I thought about, you know what, just go buy some more of those. One screw, they're mounted, you put the switch where it needs to be. The solar panels get plenty of light, you know, and charge the batteries, and you know, they'll go all night long with no problem. They do have the photo, you know, sensor in them too, so they won't come on during the day. And you know, maybe I need to get some more of those instead of buying that $80 light. I can get, you know, basically 8 of these for the same price. And they're not bad little lights, but I may look at doing that. I may get a couple more. I don't know. And then just have the kid come over and put them up for me real quick. I mean, I could probably put them up myself, but I'm going to have the kid come over and put them up for me if I do get some more. But yeah, otherwise, you know, it's just been kind of one of those days, working on a lot of video stuff, editing photos, working on some other junk, talking to different people about different projects. And as a matter of fact, I got a project coming up next month where I'm going to be doing headshots for my wife and for some other folks with Mary Kay, where they're going to have ladies coming in to do, you know, makeovers, and they'll be the before and after headshots I'll be doing. That should prove to be fun. I'm debating how I'm going to do it. If I'm just going to work with my laptop, because I'll have to edit them on site. If I'm just going to work with my laptop to edit them, or if I'm going to take my laptop and hook up a big screen TV, like a 32 inch or something. I mean, I would steal my wife's TV, but it's too big. And that way I can do a side-by-side comparison. I can put the two side-by-side so that people can see the before and the after together. Matter of fact, a friend of mine had a wedding today, and he didn't have his reflector, so he borrowed mine. He was supposed to bring them back this afternoon, but he didn't bring them back. Hopefully he'll get some back to me here soon, because I'm going to need, well, it's one 36-inch reflector, and it has a white, it has I don't know what the other color is on the other side of it. It has a gold and a silver, and that's what he needed. So he borrowed that, but I also let him borrow my 5-foot by 7-foot black-white backdrop that can be used as, the white side can be used as a reflector as well. So I let him borrow that, and he was supposed to bring them back this afternoon, but I figured maybe he got hung up at the wedding and couldn't get them to me, because I'm going to need that background when I do the shoot for the Mary Kay deal. So matter of fact, we just updated the Mary Kay page for my wife today. It's My Magical Mary Kay Adventure is what we called the page for, and we updated it today. I put a new profile photo, and I changed the cover image out from being a static image that's been up there for a while to rolling images now. So it'll scroll through a couple different images to have a little more fun with it. Matter of fact, I got some video ideas I want to work on for her Mary Kay page too. I need to work on those soon. Let's see, what else is going on? Been pretty quiet. Neighbor's house has been really busy today. A lot of people stopping for their yard sale, and So, you know, I mean, it's funny. I was standing out here earlier. I was out here earlier doing a Facebook Live, and somebody pulled up and they parked right at the end of my fence, right against my driveway, right where I asked them to not park, you know, have people park because, well, it makes it hard for my wife to see if she has to back out, right? And the lady parked there. I mean, she didn't know. The lady parked there, and they told her, hey, back your car up a little bit so it gives a little more room so that they can see when they back out. And the lady took her a few minutes to figure it out, but she finally figured it out and got herself moved, so that worked out okay. Ran into a lot of stupid people today, as usual. Posted up another meme. I've got more. I think I've already scheduled one for tomorrow. I've got memes that I'm putting out every day, at least until I run out of the ones that I've already made, until I make more. Putting down a meme about the grand jury report, you know, just to have some fun with it. The Live with Lou show is up today. I did that one already. It was a good show. He talked about a lot of stuff. He talked about the Measure K thing over for Yuba County, just taxes in general. He talked about nonprofits and the IRS. And he talked about trauma intervention program. They're doing a raffle for a Smith & Wesson M&P something 9mm. Tickets are like $20 a pop. I don't know when they're going to do the drawing. The drawing's coming up sometime in September, early September. They're going to be doing it at some kind of a golf tournament or something. That's another fundraiser. It's a group doing the fundraiser that supports trauma intervention programs, so they're going to do the drawing. And so I've decided I'm gonna grab a few tickets myself, just see if I can maybe win it. That way I don't have to go buy a gun, because I was going to go buy a new one anyway. Well, it's funny. I have a 1921, 1922 was the manufacture date, 45, ACP 45 back on the East Coast. Excuse me, that was my dad's. It's been in the family. My grandfather had it. My great-grandfather had it. I mean, it's been passed down. And I decided I wanted it. And so we were going to go through the process to get it here for me. But then I thought, you know what? I'll just buy my own gun and let that one stay on the East Coast. Instead of going through the hassles of trying to get it here and, you know, any other problems we could run into. So I think I'm just going to buy one. Now, I've been trying to decide on what to buy. And my stepdad, he and my mom, my wife and I, we all went to this little store in Georgia. Cool little store, just a little country store. And they have a range and all that stuff, but they also sell a lot of firearms. And so we walked in, we were walking around looking at stuff. And my stepdad, he has a .40 caliber. And my mom bought a .380. So she's been wanting to have her own handgun. And she's getting ready to do the CCW and all that. But then a friend of theirs who used to be a school resource officer. Now he's just an officer in the community where they live. He came over to help my stepdad to kind of walk him through the process and some of the materials for cleaning guns properly and that kind of thing. Well, while we were talking, he was talking about what he carries. And what he carries is a Glock 43, which is a 9mm. There is a Glock 42, I guess, that's a .380, but the 43 is a 9mm. And he had it under his t-shirt. It's his concealed carry weapon. And you couldn't even see it. The daggone thing was so small and so, you know, thin, you can't really see it. And the holster is really cool too. So he took it out, cleared it, you know, and unloaded it, handed it to me, and let me look at it. I'm like, dude, I want one. So then I started calling around. I can't buy one in California. You can't buy one from a gun shop. I guess only people who get it from a gun shop are law enforcement. Now I can own one if I buy one private party. Which is probably what's going to happen. We're probably going to end up buying one private party. You know, somebody who bought one in another state and they brought it here or something like that. And I got to learn all the rules on that because like my kid lives in Oregon. Now he can buy a weapon in Oregon. You have to be an Oregon resident to buy one. But then there's the whole federal law thing of being able to transfer from a father to a son or a son to a father, and you know, that kind of a thing. So I got to learn some more about that rule to see what I might have him buy up there, because when we go up, I may have him go ahead and buy me a new shotgun and a new handgun. Then I'll get it down here, do all the stuff I have to do down here. Then go over to either elite security or I'll go through Shooter's Paradise to walk through the whole CCW process. You know, it's one of those things where, I mean, I hate the fact that we have to do it, but in today's world, you don't have a choice. I mean, like in the area I live in, we've been having a rash of problems around our area in general. Somebody just posted something just today about they had set a suitcase out in their driveway. I think they'd walked back inside because they were getting ready to go somewhere, I guess. They set the suitcase down. Somebody just walked up and walked off with it. You know, there was a report that somebody broke into somebody's house. The lady was asleep. The dog was barking. She just thought the dog was being stupid. She was asleep in another room. These people walked in there, found her purse sitting on the dining room table, cleaned her purse out, grabbed her keys to steal her car, but then chose not to steal her car, left the keys and left. And I'm like, you know, people are getting pretty bold nowadays. And I mean, of course, that's part of the problem with, you know, the way the liberals are running this state. You know, everybody who's a criminal gets away with anything. But and my view is, well, the only thing they're going to get away with now is, you know, a bullet in their chest. So my wife is going to look at getting her. She's going to probably get a 38. And I told her, I said, look, here's the deal. You're going to go through the proper training. You're going to learn how to use it properly. We'll get your CCW, blah, 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 blah. And I told her it's pretty simple. You're sitting at the house, somebody comes through that door that's not supposed to. You just unload on them and you just keep squeezing that trigger until you run out of ammo. You take them down. I don't care if you got to put 100 shots into them or 10 or 5. You just unload until you are out of ammo. Make sure you hit, you know, center mass, all that good stuff. And she's like, well, you know, but what about all the blood and the blah, 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 blahs on the carpet and the walls? I'm like, but, you know, with a shotgun, of course, it's even more prevalent because then you can make gazpacho a little easier. But I'm like, you know what? Carpet can be replaced. Walls can be painted. I ain't worried about it. If somebody comes in and they're going to harm you, you just unload on them. It's that simple. So, you know, and it's one of those things, you know, a few years ago in this community, I never thought I would have to have a firearm. I mean, I've had them, but I never thought I would have to. And now it's like, you know, I hate that feeling of feeling like I have to have one. But you know what? I mean, if that's what I got to do to protect, you know, myself, my wife, anybody who happens to be at our home itself, you know, from an, you know, some kind of like, you know, somebody wants to do like a home invasion kind of a deal. Well, they can try it, man. But I'm telling you what, I'm going to be popping somebody, and I don't aim for the stomach. I aim for either directly in the center of the chest to hit the heart, or I aim for the head to get a brain shot. I mean, it's just like, I mean, well, and one of the things I looked at doing when I was in the military was maybe switching over to being a sniper, because I actually was an expert marksman. I've got pretty decent aim and all that kind of stuff, and I guess I got it from my dad. You know, my dad could hit a running jackrabbit from 400 yards with a Red Ryder BB gun. I don't know, the man just had unreal aim. And so I'm kind of, you know, I mean, I guess I kind of inherited a little bit of that. But yeah, either way, I mean, it'll be cool doing the raffle to help trauma intervention and all that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely gonna. I mean, I know that, you know, I have to go through whatever processes I have to go through, but I'm definitely gonna try it. Throw my hat in the ring and, you know, buy a raffle ticket and see if I get lucky. And the raffle tickets are only like $20. I mean, I'll probably buy a couple. But either way, you know, it's you know, and it's a good cause. Even if you don't win, you're still supporting a good cause. Trauma intervention program is all privately funded. There is no government money. I mean, although they do work with not only the victims or, you know, the people that are involved in whatever the trauma is, be it a car accident, a shooting, or whatever it is. But they also work with the first responders and that kind of stuff, you know, that may be affected by some of these things. So, you know, it's a good program, and I appreciate Lou doing it, and, you know, I'll do what I can to help him out. There was a dollar and cent show today too, and they sent it to me, but I didn't get it done. I may go in and do it here in a minute and try and get it posted. And then, of course, tomorrow is the Yuba Sutter Political Spotlight from 1 to 3 on KMYC 1410 AM, The Patriot. And So that show will be on tomorrow, and then they'll get it sent to me as soon as they're done, and we'll get it posted as well. So if you missed it, you can go back and listen to it on One Eye Blind Media's YouTube channel. Oh, let's see what else. Oh, and the other football game this weekend was River Valley at Woodland. So they had to travel down to Woodland, and they beat Woodland 48-2, something like that. So some interesting football this past week, and then I know this coming Friday is when Sutter, Nicholas, and Live Oak all get started. That's their first game of the season. I mean, I know they played this past Friday for scrimmages, but as a matter of fact, I'm trying to figure out who was it. I think it was Nicholas came up and scrimmaged Sutter. But they start their season up next week. I have not looked at the schedule to see who Yuba City and River Valley play next week and who's home and who's away. Now, whichever one's home, hopefully not both home, whichever one's home, I'm going to try and go to that game. Try and do the first half. Now, if it happens to be a case where they're both playing at home, I'll try and do the first half at one game, leave it, come over to the other game to do the second half, that kind of thing. But it's a lot of fun being back there, I'll be honest. Not the easiest thing in the world for me to do because I can get tired pretty quick. I didn't have a lot of time to sit down. But yeah, either way, it was fun. And it's like, wow, today it was like hot in my house today for whatever reason. Even with the AC on, it was still hot in the house. And man, I am just chomping at the bit for fall to get here for the temperatures to start cooling down. I know earlier I posted a picture from my phone of a screenshot of what I have on my weather app. Is I have Yuba City, I have St. Helens, Oregon, where my kid lives. I have Greenville, South Carolina, where I'm from originally. And then I have Cumming, Georgia, which is where my mom lives. And so we were at 88 degrees. About 11:30, we were at 88 degrees. South Carolina and Georgia, they were in the mid-80s. St. Helens, Oregon, 70 degrees. It's like, oh, man, what I wouldn't give to be up there right now. Or what I would give. How about that? I guess I should say it correctly. But, man, I'd have loved to have been up there for that. But, we're going to be up there in a few weeks. Kids getting married, so we're going to be up there for that. That should be fun. The oldest son, he's getting married. And it's weird. My oldest son's getting married. His fiance, when they first met, started dating, I wasn't too keen on her, but she's come around and stuff. But and they're pretty good together. But then what's weird is my oldest son's getting married, but my youngest son is going to be the official. So he went, and did whatever he had to do to go online and get ordained and all that stuff, or whatever it is that you have to do. And so now he's going to be the official for the wedding, which is kind of funny in its own way. And both of the kids have said, well, will this person get mad or is this person going to have a problem with it? I said, I don't care if they get mad or have a problem with it. If you two have talked about it and the oldest one is getting married, like, if you want your brother to be the official, fine. Now, I mean, there's a little bit of nervousness there with the youngest one being a little bit of a goofball. But, I mean, he's mature enough to handle, doing this the right way. So it should be good. And it's cool. My mom and my stepdad are coming out for it. I believe they're coming out from Georgia. I believe my brother-in-law and his wife are coming up from Southern California. Mother-in-law is going up. Unfortunately, my dad passed away, so he will not be there. My brother, he can't make it out because that's the same time frame that my nephew heads back to the South Carolina School for the Deaf and Blind. And so because he's going to be going to that, that's obviously very important for mom and dad to be able to get him to it. So they're not going to come out. But it is kind of cool that my stepdad has cousins who live in a little town called Canby, just south of where we're going to be in Portland. And so he's going to try and hook up with them. And then my mom knows a lady there in the general area too that's she's like a knitting buddy or something. My mom knits and she spins her own yarn and she does all that stuff. But so she's going to hook up with that lady, which would be kind of cool for them to finally get to, see each other. And so, then we'll probably hit the falls, melanoma Falls, that's what I call them. But I don't know. It's some waterfall up there that we'll probably go and see, and then my mom wants to see the Columbia River, which is cool because we're going to be right on. The wedding is actually on the Columbia River, so she'll get to see the river, and then I think it'll be a good time, and I might even get to be the DJ. I know I bought a set of speakers and stands that my kid took back up with him, that I'll bring back because I'm going to use them myself. But I'm thinking about, before I head up, if I can get it ordered maybe this week, I'll get it in time. I'm going to order a digital turntable so that I can hook that up and have a little bit of fun, and do a little bit of mixing and that kind of junk, because I haven't done that stuff in a while. But then, it'll be fun either way. I mean, we'll have fun with it. But and it's funny, I was looking at their registry they have on Amazon, and they have quite a bit of stuff on there. I mean, somebody bought them the microwave that they wanted, and some people have, they can put money on things. So like, somebody can't afford to buy one thing that's like, say, $400, then people can apply money to it. So you had some friends apply money to, a bunch of people applied money to some drill set he wanted. Some friend paid it off and he got that. And then I ordered him a couple things the other day. And then he found a really cool, it's like a battery pack generator kind of a deal. It's about $500 that he's got on there. I mean, nobody's put any money on it, but I got to look at it. I'm like, shoot, I want one of those myself, because I can use it out here on the patio, because then I can set that thing down on the ground, plug a light into it, and then have a light out here. So I don't have any lights out here. I was going to fire up the tiki torches, but they wouldn't light. And then my little lighter thing went out too. So, oh well, so much for that. But per usual, this is how the Daily Gab is, man. I just start talking about stuff, just whatever I feel like talking about. So I know it can be kind of boring for some who don't really care what I have to say, and that's fine. For those of you who do come on and listen, I really do appreciate it. And it's a combo deal between One Eye Blind Media and It's Yuba City and More, my two Facebook pages. Well, two of the many Facebook pages. I have the Yuba Sutter Music Scene, Yuba Sutter This Week, the Yuba Sutter Foodies, Yuba Sutter Business, the Business Network. That's actually a group. My wife's Mary Kay page, my Magical Mary Kay Adventure. I know I've got a couple more, and I just can't think of the names of them right now. Well, let's see. I've got the Yuba Sutter Music Scene, then I got Yuba Sutter Music Gear Depot. That's where people who are in bands, they can buy and sell equipment. I've got one called NorCal Photo Gear Buy Sell, where people can go in and buy and sell photography equipment. And it's funny, I've been thinking about getting a Canon camera for doing video with, Canon DSLR, because they're the best for video. But Panasonic Lumix G7 is pretty good too, and I found a guy who's got one for sale with a kit lens and a 25mm lens. I don't know if it's what aperture it is. And it's got some other stuff with it, and I'm thinking about maybe next week probably buying that from the guy. He's here in Yuba City. That'll be kind of cool. Then I start getting into more, and it's a mirrorless full frame, which will be interesting for video. It'll be fun to do video with that. All right, so it looks like I got about a minute and a half here. So I should probably start shutting it down, and you guys will hear the alarm go off here in a second, I'm sure. Because I never seem to stop this before the alarm goes off, or the end of the timer. But I do appreciate everybody jumping on and listening. If you're so inclined, please feel free to hit the subscribe button for the channel. Hit the little bell icon so you'll get notifications when I upload stuff. Of course, we'd like you to like this video and comment on it. Feel free to comment, good, bad, or ugly. It doesn't matter. I will try to respond to all comments, even the bad ones. And then, if you get a minute, hey, head over to One Eye Blind Media with the number 1 on Instagram. Check out our Instagram feed. Follow that. Head over to the Facebook page, One Eye Blind Media, and like and follow that page. You can even hit us up on Twitter. It's One Eye Blind Media with a 1 on Twitter. And you can follow that. And, of course, you can check out It's Yuba City and More on Facebook. And then, last but not least, head over to oneeyeblindmedia.com. That's my main website. I have images and some other stuff there. I've got contact info, services, my price list is there, all that kind of junk. And kind of like with a post I did today, if you need photos, hire a photographer. Don't let your cousin fool you by thinking he's got the coolest cell phone in the world and can take great pictures just like a DSLR, or he's got some little cheap, crappy point and shoot. Hire a photographer. All right, get it done right. Get the pictures that you like. See, there's the timer. I told you. Yeah, get photos that are nice photos that you can be proud of when you display them in your home and people see them. All right, y'all. I better get out of here. That was the timer to tell me I should be done. So everybody have a good one. Hope you've had a good weekend, and we will talk to you tomorrow, maybe on a video instead of the audio. Talk to you later.